Perfect. Welcome to Dirty Fanatics.
Falcon fans, Falcon Nation, you are listening to Dirty Fanatics United. As always, I'm your host, Chase, followed by my co-host, Cody, my man to the right, my guy below me, Philip, a.k.a. Mr. Avitz, coming at you live tonight on a Friday night at 8:30. It is episode 92 coming at you live. Week 2, Falcons go to Philly. Falcon fans, how are we feeling about this matchup? Let me know where you're tuning in from tonight. Hit that like button and leave a subscribe to Dirty Fanatics United if you haven't already. It's your boys. We talking Falcon football. Philip, Cody, before we dive into it, man, what's been popping off for you guys? How have we been? We're rolling into week 2. Obviously, Falcons play Monday night, so Sunday will be obviously a bunch of scouting on teams that we play leading up throughout the season. But guys, what are we looking forward to this weekend, man? What's been going on? Talk to me.
Go ahead, Cody.
I'll say, well, man, I tell you what, it's been a busy week at work. I'll say this week has flown by, so definitely good to be here talking Dirty Bird football. Looking forward to Monday night. Definitely going to enjoy some Sunday games. See what we got. See how Kansas City's rolling. Definitely interested in that because we got them up next after Monday Night Football. Always interested in seeing what our division opponents are doing as well. So we'll keep an eye on them as well.
Absolutely, sir. I'm looking forward to the matchups this weekend. Definitely ready for Monday night. Philip, before we get to you, shout out to Kenneth Haynes tuning in from Atlanta, Georgia, at the hometown. Shout out to Mr. Kenneth. Mike Tether in the chat said, Falcon fan from Ontario, Canada. Shout out to Mike.
W man.
Mike with the big logo here, a big emoji here in the comment. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Head over to Dirty Fanatics United on YouTube if you're tuning in from my guy Smitty's channel. Shout out to Smitty for looking out for the boys here at DFU. Head over to DFU on YouTube, man. Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to reach that 1K. We're nearing that 500 mark, guys, so we're getting there. Philip, what's going on, man? Glad to have you here on the show tonight. We didn't get to do the Avitz Avenue after Sunday because of stuff going on in personal life. But Monday night, man, I'm expecting Tuesday when we talk about these Atlanta Falcons to have a fire Avitz Avenue ready to cook up here for these Falcon fans. Philip, what's going on, man? How we been?
Just like Cody said, it's been a little busy work week. Still got to go in tomorrow from 11 to 6, so it is what it is. But work hard, and then we're going to watch some good football games come Sunday. And then hopefully Monday night we get what we want. Other than that, that as well.
Saturday too, man. I love the weekends, bro. The weekends are back. Football is back. Get the chill vibes, get the Modelo's in the fridge, man, and kick back and watch football. Obviously, Monday, got to go to work, but then finish the work, the opening day to the work week. Finish that night with a Falcon dub in Philadelphia. We're going to talk about how the Falcons can win against the Eagles Sunday or Monday night. But before we get to that, Philip, Cody, the rumors have hit Twitter world, X, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. It's going crazy, guys. And we talked about it last week. I said if Falcon fans walk out of the bins Sunday with an L, it's going to be chaos. And we knew it was going to be chaos, guys. We talked about it. You see the rumors coming out. Kirk Cousins isn't healthy. He's not healthy. You paid a guy $180 million. He's not healthy. That's what the fan base is saying here in Atlanta. Fans on social media. But numerous of interviews have came out. Falcon fans, Kirk Cousins, Raheem Morris, and Zach Robinson have all said Kirk Cousins is 100% healthy and his Achilles is 100% healed. Today, you've seen pictures come out. Maybe yesterday, you've seen pictures come out of the training coming out from under the center, having to roll out the play action plays. Cody, Philip, let's talk about these rumors, man, and let's keep it 100 here on the channel as we always do for these Falcon fans. Kirk Cousins having these issues week 1, didn't have the greatest blocking scheme, I would say, coming out of that game. You didn't have the best scheme for TJ Watt, probably best defensive end in the NFL. You matched up against a Caleb McGarry, excuse my language, but washed. Caleb McGarry, to me, has been washed away here in week 1 by TJ Watt, which we kind of knew was going to be a thing leading up into the game, guys. We talked about that as well here on the channel. But, Cody, how do we get Kirk going, bro? How do we get this thing back right? How do we make Falcon fans believe in Kirk Cousins again? Guys, because we can all admit if you're salty about Kirk Cousins now or Kirk Cousins before the season, most of us was excited about Kirk Cousins here in Atlanta. You rarely saw a comment that was a bad hatred comment towards Kirk or whatever it may be. But now Falcon fans are calling for Penix in week 2. Cody, at the bench, you heard it. You heard a couple of fans chant for the rookie, Michael Penix Jr. Cody, what do we have to do Monday night in a hostile environment in Philadelphia to come away with this W, to get Kirk Cousins, back on the right track, get this fan base back in the back seat with the seatbelts on, ready to make this postseason run? Cody, recipe to success Monday night in a hostile environment.
Yeah, no, it's going to be the same as week 1, man. You've got to keep Kirk Cousins clean. That was my recipe for success against the Pittsburgh Steelers, knowing that we had TJ Watt coming into the building, and obviously we couldn't get that done. Look, my thing with Kirk Cousins is I've watched him. He doesn't look unhealthy to me. I watched him, all day last Sunday. What it looked more like to me is rust. The man is coming off an Achilles injuries, which is one of the toughest injuries to come back from in football. The other part of that being, he hadn't played since week 8, man. And, maybe when your $100 million, your $180 million quarterback says, hey, I feel like I'm going to be rusty. Let me play preseason. Now, is 20 snaps in preseason going to really do much? Probably not. But it probably would have looked a little better. The unfortunate thing about that, though, is even if he was able to shake off the rust, Caleb McGarry getting beat like a drum was an issue all day long. So going into Philly, one of the biggest things is going to be take the opposing fans out of it. We all know how Philadelphia fans are. I'm not going to get into it. Take them out early, score early, build momentum early, and protect Kirk Cousins. Because if you don't protect him and you start letting sacks happen, now the fans are getting loud. Now it's getting hostile. Now you're having issues communicating. So you've got to take the Philadelphia fans out of it early. Take them out early and protect Kirk Cousins. That's going to be your 2 biggest things. And get Tyler the ball. Run downhill on these guys with your bigger back. But again, you've got to find that perfect balance between Tyler and Bijan. You've got to do it. That's going to be your recipe. Protect Kirk, take the Philly fans out of it, and balance between Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson.
Cody, I love the recipe to success. Cody, we talked about it during the game, after the game. Tyler Algier, 3 touches, averaging 7 yards a carry off of 3 touches, and you ran him 3 times Sunday against a very physical defense. Guys, we know Tyler Algier is known for the physical run. That's why we call him the bowling ball, because he just runs slap through you. He bounces off the tackles. He can turn the corner when that hole is available. Falcon fans, Tyler Algier is legitimately a running back 1 in the NFL with any other team. You have 2 running back 1s on your team, and I believe, I may be wrong, I believe Tyler Algier could carry the ball just as many times as Bijan does. I personally believe that. The guy's fit. He has the strength, the agility to do that. I believe you have 2 starting running backs here in this room. Philip, before we get to you about the Kirk Cousins situation, the Kirk Cousins rumors rotating around the Twitter world, the Facebook, etc., social media, as it may be, Mr. Robert has made his appearance here tonight on episode 92. Shout out to Mr. Robert. Robert, man, what's going on? Glad to have you here tonight talking Falcon football. What's been happening, brother?
Just been a busy week at work. It's been a busy evening, just trying to get some stuff taken care of. Didn't think I was going to make it tonight, but it's like, you know what? I'm just going to jump on anyway. I don't care who gets mad.
Talk Falcon football. Can't miss a chance to talk Falcon football. They'll understand later. Glad to have you here tonight, Mr. Robert. Philip, you obviously I mean, you were in the group chat with it earlier this week. It was a concern for a lot of Falcon fans, and Philip always comes with us with great topics, as well as Cody and Mr. Robert does here in the group chat as well. But Philip came through with the Kirk Cousins situation and said it had to be spoken about. We had to talk about it here tonight on the live channel. Philip, talk to me, brother. How do we get this Kirk Cousins hype back in Atlanta? How do we get Monday night rolling? What is the recipe to success for this offense?
Recipe, for starters, the number one main thing is we have to keep the offensive line stable. You have to protect them for Kirk Cousins to be able to get rid of the ball, look downfield, etc. You know what I mean? He's got to have time to look around. You can't be having people like TJ Watt timing the snaps perfectly. You can't have that. You have to switch things up, which goes on Zach Robinson. We have to change things up here and there. Looking at this week, we're trying to do a little bit of play action. I like that. People had their concerns about that, but it just seems like a 36-year-old man that's never had the speed anyway. You know what I mean? He's just a normal guy doing what he does. Looked healthy. But next thing is we have to score early. We have to score. Got it, like Cody said, we have to keep their fans out of it because we know how strong they get. They're loud. They're like that.
Yep.
That's what had them in our house a couple years back, and they took control because of that.
Yep. Not the week one opener, Philip. Not hitting them with the week one opener. We're sitting in the end zone, Philip. We got to talk about it. You brought it up. You're sitting in the end zone. The Falcons are getting dog stomped week one against the Philadelphia Eagles, 36-3. Arthur Smith's opening season game. Philip, please continue. Arthur Smith's ass. Continue on.
But, another main thing is on the defense. We have to continue to play the performance that we did last week. We have better matchup receivers, more than just one receiver this week. We have A.J. Brown.
Smith.
We got a couple others. They got a good tight end as well. So our defense is going to have to crack down, contain Jalen Hurts, and get some sacks at least. Or, pressure. That is the main thing. And really, to me, that's the three things that we need to, pull out this W in Atlanta, or not Atlanta, my bad, in Philadelphia this coming Monday night.
Absolutely, man. The Rouse Up Tour will be in Philly this weekend. The Rouse Up Tour doing it big here for the Atlanta Falcons. Shout out to the Rouse Up Tour. If you haven't checked out the Rouse Up Tour, man, look up my guy Thomas Scott. He does it big time for Falcon fans on the road, traveling to away games, throws parties, meet and greets for Falcon fans. Doing it pretty big, man. Shout out to Thomas Scott and my guy Jack Spade for doing what they do here for Falcon fans. Kenneth said TJ's a dog. That's expected, though. Robbie Gordon said, Cody,
Agreed.
Dirty Bird chain is fire. Shout out to Robbie Gordon, Kenneth Haynes, Mateo. If I don't get you to your comments, man, do me one favor, Falcon fans. If you're tuning in here from my main man, Mr. Smitty's channel, head over to Dirty Fanatics United. Hit that subscribe button for us, man. We're on the road to 1K. We're right at 500. I think it's like 428, something like that on YouTube. So head over to YouTube
and drop where you came from.
_ATL. Hit the subscribe button and leave a comment and let us know where you're coming over from, man. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in tonight. Hit that like button. Mr. Robert, you've seen the rumors. You've seen what's happening here on Twitter, Facebook, etc. Kirk Cousins taking the snaps today from under center, doing the rollout, the play action. Falcon fans are still not too happy about what they see. Say Kirk Cousins is still injured. Reports have came out out of Kirk Cousins, Zach Robinson, Raheem as well. Kirk is 100% healthy. Why do Falcon fans continue to push this rumor? What is the reasoning for the Kirk Cousins hate, and how do we get back to normal here with this new quarterback here?
Well, guys, I've been a Falcon fan for over 40 years, and it's just the nature of the fan base. I mean, we're starved for a winner. I get it. And you guys have, know enough about football to know that when things go wrong, the two people that catch the most heat are the head coach and the quarterback. That's always going to be.
Yep.
But as far as fixing the situation, one thing I'd like to see, besides, heavy on the run, is some quick slants, let Kirk build a rhythm, get comfortable early. The offensive line has to do their part, obviously. And as like Philip said, the defense has to keep up the pace that they're playing at. Philly's got tougher receivers than Pittsburgh. It's going to be a dogfight, and we just got to hang with them. We got to hang tough, and as long as we protect Kirk, keep the run game going, the defense is stout. We've got a good chance of coming out with a W.
Absolutely, I agree with you 100%. The Philadelphia Eagles faced up pretty nicely. I mean, I say nicely, but they battled week 1 against a Packers team. Thought the Packers was going to come away with that dub. They did not. I'm going to pull up stats here from that game, and I'm going to pull up, obviously, the Falcons stats from week 1 just to compare our stats to their stats of kind of how we're looking here for week 2 heading into Philly. The Eagles played the Packers week 1, so we'll pull that game up here. It says the Eagles, they won 34-29. We'll go over to team stats, see what this team did as a whole. The total yards, the Eagles put up 410 yards total, scoring 34 points week 1. This offense is explosive. Philip, Cody, Robert, we all talked about it in our recipe to success. Your defense has to key off on these key elements, these matchups. They have to continue to roll on that same steam that they had in week 1, holding that other team to nothing but field goals week 1 in Atlanta. Did not give up a touchdown. Obviously, that may not be the case here week 2 against a way better offense. You gotta contain that offense because they are a fast, explosive offense. They can put up points. A new regenerated Saquon Barkley in Philadelphia, looking nice.
God,
looking nice in his week 1 opener. So that's another thing. These linebackers have got to have a good matchup against the top running back here, playing in Philadelphia. I mean, it's already a hostile environment as it is. So let's see just what Saquon did week 1, man. 24 carries for 109 yards with 2 touchdowns on the day. So the man has still got it. It wasn't just a hoax last year. Saquon Barkley is still a very dominant running back in this league. Some more team stats for you on the Eagles side. They had 25 first downs. They on third down efficiency. See, this is where I think we can beat them. This is where we can get them right here because third downs where we struggled last week. All right, we couldn't stop them in third down defense. That's why we gave it so many first downs. All right, they only converted 4 of their third downs there was 14 third downs. They only converted 4 of them. So this should be a make it or break it part for your defense. Get off the field, stop this team because your offense is struggling right now. So 100%, we need the defense. We got to see what happens there. Passing yards, they had 266. Rushing yards, as I said, Saquon was for 100 of the 144. Yards per play, 5.5. All right, enough about the Eagles. Also, they had 7 penalties for 57 yards. Damn near is what we had our week 1 as well. So interceptions thrown, 2. Jalen Hurts thrown 2 interceptions. Guess what? Kirk Cousins threw 2 interceptions. Or you kind of seeing the scheme here. This is 2 teams that maybe they haven't quite figured it out yet. I mean, the Eagles obviously putting up 34 points in week 1 is pretty nice. You see your offense come out and put up 34 points, but obviously the defense giving away 29 points. A defensive line that's supposed to be really, really nice. But Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nakobe Dean. I mean, you have a lot of these Georgia Bulldogs that play on this defense that you're facing here week 2. Let's go to our stats real quick before we talk about what we want to see from the defense side of the ball. Let's go to the Falcons week 1 stats. Let's just pull that up. We'll start with let's see. Where'd it go? Bear with me, Falcon fans.
Oh, he folded. Oh, I'm just playing.
Yeah, I did. I folded. Let's see. Falcons versus Steelers. Team stats. Here we go. Total yards, 226. The Eagles put up 200 more yards than we put up week 1 in Atlanta. Passing yards, we had 137. That's what they had. They had more running yards than we had passing yards. Rushing yards, 89. Yards per play, 4.5. First downs, we had 15. Okay, that looks nice. Third down efficiency, 2 for 9. Fourth down efficiency, 1 for 1. Total plays, 50. 4 punts, 2 sacks allowed, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble. Time of possession, 24-24 to the Steelers, 35-36. Falcon fans, offense must get it rolling this week in Philadelphia. My recipe to success. Offense has to come out. If Eagles score, you must score. You cannot get behind in this game because if you get behind in this game early, it's going to be a long night in Philadelphia on primetime TV for all of America to see and pick on your Atlanta Falcons as they already do every chance they get. If you want to silence the haters, you come out week 2 and beat the Philadelphia Eagles. If you can come out of Philadelphia 1-1, you have restained yourself. Philip, that's the picture of tonight's show, baby. Drake London. That's the cover photo for tonight's show, Drake London, because that's who you got to get active. You had 2 targets to Drake London. Darnell Mooney with a nice catch. Ray McLeod, your star receiver, with 57 yards a day. Falcon fans, how do we get these receivers going, man? We got to get some blocking scheme. We got to get something happening, some play action. Get the run established, as Cody mentioned with Algier and Bijan. You get that started. You start these play action plays. Matt Ryan said it best himself. This offense does best when they're running the ball very well. When they run the ball and they can run play action, that's when this offensive line plays very well. Matt Ryan, a GOAT. Speaking about the Atlanta Falcons, real quick, we'll head to the chat before we bring up our next topic. Scoring predictions, obviously, players of the game, players to watch for, and then we'll do like maybe a new subject I want to bring here to the channel. It's going to be like which parlay to play Sunday. So it kind of rhymes. Something new here on the channel at DFU. Which parlay to play Sunday? All right, so we headed to the chat real quick, man. Charlene Samuels in the chat says, the problem that I saw was missed protection blocks and Kirk and shotgun instead of under center. I also saw his footwork was off and rusty on his part. Falcon fans have been talking about this all week that they don't think that Kirk Cousins is throwing off his back foot still. They say they still feel like Kirk Cousins has leaned on that front foot a good bit. They watched it, and you can kind of see it in practice tape. It's not too bad, but again, this guy is one of the it's been, I can't remember how many years. I think it was like 2001 since a quarterback has returned from that injury as quick as Kirk Cousins has. So, like, Kirk is doing kind of the unthinkable here early on in the season, playing starting quarterback. Cody, we'll start with you and then rotate to Robert and then Philip here on the channel. The problem here with the protection, the shotgun, the pistol formation, why week 1 did we run the pistol formation over 90% of our plays Sunday? Cody, talk to me.
Yeah, man, I think a lot of that is because they don't want Kirk Cousins turning his back to the defense early, especially with, again, I think a lot of it boils down to, and I'm not going to lay this all on Zach Robinson's feet, but a lot of it has to do with that. I think what he was doing was trying to protect Kirk, keep him from turning his back on this defense because he doesn't know how mobile, Kirk is, with the coming off the injury. So I think a lot of it had to do with, hey, we're going to protect our quarterback, make sure he gets out of week 1, healthy and safe. And you just can't play like that. You can't play scared. You've got to turn him loose and let him try to do the things that he does. And we all know Kirk Cousins thrives when he's under center, bootleg, play action. You're going to have to let him turn his back to the defense and trust that he's going to be blocked for. Now, I think that's where we're going to be in luck is I don't think Philadelphia's defensive line is as good as the Steelers. Obviously, I bet you anything that the Steelers finish better than Philadelphia's defense. And I also think that our offense is better than what the Green Bay Packers is. So my thing is if you looked at the game in Brazil between Philadelphia and Green Bay was able to gouge them a little bit on the run game. And this is why it's going to be so important that our offensive line, and this is supposedly our strong suit on the offensive line as far as, the run game goes, is running, pass blocking kind of a weak side only because of Caleb McGarry. But you've got that. They're all really good when it comes to that run game. So it's going to be huge, man. That run blocking is going to be huge. But I really think that's the issue, man, is that Zach Robinson, and again, we have to remember this isn't Zach Robinson's. Yes, Zach Robinson has been in the NFL for a while, but this is his first time being in total charge of an offense, man. And to me, it just seemed like he really wanted to protect Kirk at all costs. And it was why, instead of, allowing him to do Kirk Cousins things, it was like, okay, well, let's play safe. Let's, not, make him turn his back too much to TJ Watt. Let's not, So I think it really kind of boils down to that. And it showed. So not only is it, does Kirk need to step it up and start doing, go for it.
Not to interrupt you, but I mean, even with those precautionaries, you still put up 10 points. You still scored.
Exactly.
You still drove down the field. The potential fumble drive, that was 7 potentially coming on the board. They were moving the ball that drive, if not another field goal. So 13 points. You just say 13 at the worst. You put up 13 points playing it safe. So I mean, you bring up a good point. What could this team be if you really fully give him the helm of this offense?
Yeah, and this, like I say, my bold prediction for the season is that this team should be able to score, anywhere between 30 to 35 points a game, and I'm still not sold on that. As long as you protect Kirk Cousins, man, I just don't think that you can play this, like you said. And to your point, we did. I think Zach Robinson did everything he could to protect Kirk, and honestly, the reason that we walked away with only 10 points is because of just inopportune turnovers at the time, man. And it all came down to not protecting Kirk, where he's, having to hurry up and throw. And God, man, I really feel like we don't fumble that football, having the ball snapped into, the motion, man. And we go walk away with 7 points. It changes the whole game. I think from that point, we just really lost the momentum with that turnover. But if that doesn't happen and we score 7, because, I mean, honestly, we score 7 there, what that makes it 17
to whatever, 9.
17 to 9. And it's a whole new ball game because all they do is kick field goals and we win that football game. So I just think it's just one of those things is luck plays a little bit of it. Like, I'll be 100% honest. I played for 10 years and sometimes luck is just part of it, man. And momentum's a huge thing. So again, I think Zach Robinson has kind of learned, what I could catch from his interview. He really seemed to have stepped back and been like, look, I have to do better. Like, I didn't put him in positions to be successful. I was being, kind of cautious with it. And so I think again, I just think that this week 1, we just kind of have to look at it as this was everybody's preseason, game. Kirk, Bijan, all these guys that didn't play. So again, if we can protect Kirk, if we can keep that Philadelphia crowd out of it, and just let loose, let the horses go, man. We've got $180 million quarterback. It's no different than having a Corvette, GTR, Ferrari, whatever you want to call him, and keeping him in the garage. Let it out of the garage and let's see what he can do.
100%. Real quick, Philip or Mr. Robert, before we get to you, Smitty in the chat said, "What up, fam?" Shout out to Smitty for letting us use his platform tonight here on Dirty Fanatics United. Hit that like button, man. We talking Falcon football, and head over to Dirty Fanatics United on YouTube, man. Hit that subscribe button. Check us out on Facebook groups, Facebook and Twitter, TikTok as well. Dirty Fanatics United on a lot of platforms, man. Check us out. Shout out to Smitty for one more chance for letting us get on the live podcast on his panel. Mr. Robert, obviously you heard what Cody had to say. Week 1, atrocious. You ran it from the pistol. You did not give Kirk the chance to run a play action. Really not many chances to audible out of because you stayed in a bland offense all first game. A lot of fans own Zach Robinson here after week 1 with his play calling. Mr. Robert, how do we get this offense going, and how does Zach Robinson kind of settle in and call a good game here Monday night in a very big, I would say when it comes down to playoff season, this game is probably going to matter.
Oh, definitely.
So how do we get this dub in Philly?
Well, I agree with Cody. We got to protect Kirk. Mentioned that, the reason he was in the pistol was I think Zach was trying to protect him. But at the same time, I want to add to that. We all know that, pass protection has not been Caleb's strong suit. And I think Zach knew that. I think you don't want to be too predictable and, keep him in the shotgun the whole game, but, just try to keep him back from the line a little bit because, you put Caleb McGarry on TJ Watt. Yeah. And if pass protection is not his strong suit, we saw the result. Yeah. But I think, put him under center, doing some quick slants, let him get in a rhythm early, get rid of the ball quick. And once again, run heavy. I know we're going to have to take some deep shots in this game as well. Not just totally rely on the run, but we're going to have to take some shots downfield.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I agree with Mr. Robert and Cody, both bringing up some solid points. Philip, kind of sum that up real quick before we get to this question here in the comment section. Falcon fans were livid with Zach Robinson after week 1 performance. How do we get this offense back rolling? You ran the pistol all day Sunday. You did not give us a chance to see play action. You didn't take a deep shot, as Mr. Robert stated here. And you're playing an NFC team. It's going to matter when it comes to playoff berth, playoff seed, what number you fall that, who gets that home field advantage. Philip, it's week 2 here, Monday night, but it's week 3 back in Atlanta after week 2, and you had the Kansas City Chiefs rolling into town. Philip, how do you get this offense back rolling, get this confidence going, get this team back pumping? And I don't think the team's lost hope by no means. I'm not saying that. But how do you get the hype back here after week 1, losing to Steelers at home?
Well, you go with what, your players are most comfortable with. Kirk likes to do, under the center, and, that's what he plays best with. I know it was kind of a concern whether it was just like, wanting to be careful with him, and also the game plan. I 100% get the game plan, but you have to switch things up. Whether it's, no huddle as well, that's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's under the center or no huddle, that is what he strives off of. That's what he drives. So to feed Kirk, you got to do what he's comfortable with, alongside with protecting him from, pass rushing. You got to protect him, and also just creating separation, like with the receivers. Well, I don't know if it was there this past weekend or not. We couldn't tell because he was constantly
that's a great point, dude.
It was good. It was 100%
separation
being rushed at, like 95% of the plays. So we don't know if it was just that or, but we have to see certain receivers like Drake. Want to see more people like Ray continue to just, shine.
Darnell Mooney. Get
Mooney
started, bro.
Mooney, yeah.
Exactly.
And I did notice one thing. We got to stop force feeding to Pitts. It's going to come. That's what one of the interceptions created, was trying to force it to Pitts, and that's what happened.
But Philip, I don't mean to interrupt you. I know you probably continue going on about how this offense can get back right, but Tris Daddy brings up a very good point here, and I've thought about this myself, thinking after the game just by myself, when you just on the front porch, just sobbing for that Sunday. You just took an L, and you're just thinking, what could your team do to get back right here? Because, man, I was so hyped week 1, man. I had such a great feeling about that game. I thought our team was going to come in and dominate and prove that we were going to be top of the NFC South, but instead you let the Saints come out and prove week 1 that they could put up 40-something points. So, I mean, you've got to bounce back. You've got to get this NFC South time to lean back on the Falcons side, but why not bring Pitts back to the inside? Cody, this brings up a good point. Robert, Philip, we'll talk about it here for a second. Bringing Pitts back into the inside to give us the best option to help Cousins out. He said you can take advantage of the matchups with the linebackers that Pitts creates. Great point here by Tris Daddy. Check us out on YouTube if you haven't already, brother. Hit that subscribe for us. Falcon fans, we are talking Falcon football here at Dirty Fanatics United, episode 92 coming at you live. Leave a like. And please leave a comment like this so we can carry on a conversation, have a debate, or whatever it may be here in the comment section, just to talk some Falcon football, man. Cody, we'll start with you and rotate around the table. Why not bring Pitts back into the inside? Or do you think it's going to benefit Pitts more to be that outside target? And then, first, let me start, and then we'll rotate to Cody and then go to Robert and Philip. I think that Pitts on the inside is a very, very good thing to have. I think that he could create some mismatches, but then I haven't seen enough from Mooney yet. I want to see Mooney solidify that receiver 2 in the regular season game. So then I look at it like this from afar. I'm like, okay, other than Drake, we don't really know the chemistry between him and Ray, him and Mooney. So why not establish a nice connection with your franchise tight end, Kyle Pitts, out at receiver, as kind of a receiver 2 situation here in Atlanta? So that's my viewpoint of why they keep him on the outside. But I do agree with moving Pitts to the inside at times to get that drag route, to get that curl, that stop and go. I mean, Pitts could be dangerous on the inside against some of these linebackers here in the NFL. Cody, take it away, bro.
No, you're 100% right, and that's a great question. I think the reason it really didn't happen against Pittsburgh is because we were having to use Kyle Pitts to chip T.J. Watt. Yep. You're having to use your route running tight end to try to help your 300-pound
Cody,
guard.
that was one of Zach Robinson's comments. He came out and said, we had a chip block plan for TJ Watt that we didn't succeed. So,
Right.
I mean, you plan for that, but why, as you brought up last week, Cody, why not use Charlie Warner? Why are you using a Kyle Pitts and a chip block?
Yeah, and that's something that I still haven't figured out, and I would love to have the answer to that because Kyle Pitts didn't do it in college either, man. You go back and watch him at Florida, and Kyle Pitts didn't block in Florida either. If he did, I'm not going to sit here and act like I've watched every, Florida college, football game. But, from what I did see, I never saw him block, So my thing is like the only reason that I don't think that they really did it was, this first week was because Caleb McGarry getting beat like a drum. And so you're having to use your route running tight end to chip. And the problem with that is by the time he gets done doing his assignment chipping, which, he wasn't even doing all that great, you've got TJ Watt in the backfield. So, Kirk's got to make a decision now, not have time to, wait for him to chip TJ and then run his route. Now, I think that'll probably be a little bit different against the Eagles. I think he'll have, he's hopefully Caleb has got it figured out and is going to improve this week. But yeah, I think to your point too, Chase, I think it's one of those things too, is we don't know what the chemistry right now between Ray and it's not just not my mind. Not Daniels, the other one Darnell Mooney. We don't know what kind of connection Kirk has got with them yet, but we know that Kyle's always a threat no matter what. So I think that's why, you seeing him spread out more. I think honestly that's more beneficial for Kyle Pitts to be out wide because of the speed that he's got. I mean, we haven't seen it 100% yet about him being the unicorn, but I just think it's gonna be one of those things. It'll be interesting to see, but I definitely agree. I think he needs to be inside a little bit more.
Cody, we know Kyle Pitts is fast, but can we all agree? It looks like he's so slow on game day. Like it just looks like he is. Maybe because he's so big. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way he runs.
Could be the
he has a nice 40. He definitely has.
Yeah, no, he's quick. It's one of those things when you get somebody that big, you're running that fast. It just, to me, it doesn't look like he's slow. To me, it looks weird more than anything.
It's just that he's, I don't know, he's just so tall.
It's almost
and it's kind of like how Julio did. He's taking long strides.
Right.
But Julio was just a lot quicker, but he was taking long strides at a time. And then it probably takes a little bit to gain the momentum and speed, downfield or whatever. Because once he's gone, we have seen he's
got speed, man. I'll tell you that. We've seen it.
Philip, and then we'll rotate Mr. Robert here. Why is Kirk Cousins not taking the ability for these linebacker matchups? Why are they still leaving him outside? And if you would rather see him on the inside or outside?
Kyle Pitts. I would kind of look for kind of like the inside, you know what I mean? Do like certain routes like that. That's going to open up other receivers as well.
Easy first down passes.
Boom. That, and it's going to leave people like Ray, Mooney, other people out there. It's going to draw attention to Pitts. Oh, they're going to go this way. So it's going to leave this guy a little bit open, see if he can beat his one-on-one there. And if you can't do that, then you might have another target out there somewhere else. You know what I mean? It's just going to feel like it'll open up more for other players or somebody like Bijan or Tyler Algier in the backfield. It's going to create certain things like that. That's why I just feel like I would enjoy a little bit more of the inside. But, if it works on the outside, just depends on what game and who you are playing. That's what I feel. You know what I'm saying? That's just, to me, that's how I'm all about it. You know what I mean? But the inside would make a good, like a, what would you say? Like a
good mismatch.
Picture, Like a good picture of the game, how you want something to go. You know what I mean? But
Robert, obviously, the question. Kyle Pitts out wide instead of inside, getting these mismatches against these linebackers. Obviously, I mean, you're going to play some good linebackers, but Kyle Pitts being the mammoth of a tight end that he is, you can still get the ball to Kyle Pitts. Robert, your take on why the Falcons keep Kyle Pitts out wide? Should they rotate him back into the inside a little bit? Your thoughts here on the subject.
Yeah, I would actually like to see him, back on the inside too. I'd like to see more those drag routes, and like I said, Kyle Pitts is deceptively fast. I mean, if you dump the ball to him quick on those drag routes, he can gain yards.
Yep.
And
especially when the Steelers ran a lot of cover 2 and cover 3 last week. They dropped their linebackers a good ways back, and they just sent like 3 to 4 players at you. You get Kyle Pitts there on that drag route or that stop and go, that curl route right there. There's potential for a big play to happen when those linebackers playing.
Oh, definitely.
Please continue on, Mr. Robert.
But yeah, back to lining him up outside. I mean, honestly, I think defenses are expecting that now. I think it's predictable. I think he should go back to the inside and dump it off quick. Let him gain that momentum. And mentioning Ray and Mooney, Ray made some pretty heads-up plays, especially on that one pass. It was a wounded duck, and he pulled it in. I'd like to see more of him. His speed, he could be like a Wes Welker type, quick slants, wide receiver screens, put that in the game plan. Show the kid you've got confidence in him, put him to work.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Good points.
And I'm sorry with that, fellas, but I'm going to have to split. I will catch you all next show. To everyone that come by to check us out and supports the channel, rise up. We'll catch you next time.
Yes,
see you later, fellas.
You, brother.
Have a good night.
Yes, sir. Y'all too. Philip, Cody, great question here from the chat, man. Chat came through tonight with some great questions here. Another good comment here from Trey said, our keys to success is run the ball and plenty of play action, fellas. Why buy a Lambo, parentheses Pitts, and not drive it? Bring Pitts back inside and take advantage of his mismatch. Then watch Kirk cook. Absolutely, man. He loves throwing to his tight ends. You've seen him do it in Minnesota. Kirk Cousins can be, I feel that Kirk Cousins he once was in Minnesota here in Atlanta. Mateo says 3 wins in a row, Philly, KC, New Orleans. Mateo, if that happens, Falcons have nothing to worry about. You're going to the playoffs.
If that happens, please do me a favor. Buy a lottery ticket because, my God, you would call this. Just please. And I hope you were right.
Man, Kurt about to put the league on notice. He just wanted to wait till primetime games. I love it. I love it because Falcon fans were talking about it this season that, primetime games Kirk has seen.
Or his weakest.
Or his weakest games, what they say. I think it's all bad juju, but maybe Kurt's came out with a chip on his shoulder, man. Maybe he's ready here to prove something. That if he's half the quarterback he was that year on quarterbacks on Netflix, Kirk Cousins is a competitor, and he's going to get right back to it. He's going to hit the weight room, the sauna room, whatever he does. He's gonna heal it up. He's gonna get us right. I think Kirk Cousins can be dominant here in Atlanta.
He will be.
Bucks Ray Bolts said hi, everyone. Shout out to Bucks Ray Bolts. Check us out on Dirty Fanatics United. Hit that subscribe button for us if you're tuning in on Smitty's channel.
Oh yeah, I do got an announcement.
Talk to me.
October 3rd. Write it down because I'm gonna be in that building.
Yeah, I heard. Now I gotta get my tickets.
I'll be in that building, Cody. I'll see you there. Chase, please make it so we can leave.
We're gonna probably make that one, man.
If not, I will bring you back some. I
gotta get it. I gotta get it through the wife. Man, I gotta get that. I gotta get it confirmed there.
Don't worry, but
I'm just hoping September 30th. I've got something to tell you guys after that night. We're gonna keep, I'm telling you. So I'm hoping. I'm gonna try to do something September 30th. I've got a big announcement coming. So speaking, I know what
Cody breaking news. Breaking news here on the channel. Cody coming through with something big if something happens. So shout out to Cody, man. Always looking out for the channel. Cody doing big things. Bringing, Mike Johnson on the show. We've interviewed guys like John Abraham. Hoping to get Todd McClure here soon. We've talked to him. Have yet to set a date. We have John Freaky coming on very soon. Next Tuesday, around I think 8:30ish is when John Freaky has said that. Tuesday. Yep, coming up Tuesday. Gonna try for sure to get it Tuesday at 8. He said that would be the best day for him. So we got to get our questions together so we can go ahead and send those in to him, by the way, guys. So let's go ahead and get on top of that. Kenneth said the only thing I was really mad about was losing Arthur Smith. I feel you. I feel you 100%.
Just look at it this way, though. Just look at it this way with that comment, man. we didn't lose to Arthur Smith.
No, we lost.
We contained him to only 6 field goals when he said he's wanting to drop 40 points on us. We done our job on defensive side. We really, if you look at it away, we beat him, but the offense just beat themselves. That's the way I look at it. We beat ourselves in that situation on Sunday.
Well, and here's the thing, like I know it sucks losing to the Steelers Sunday, but if you can go Monday night primetime game, and I don't care how you win this, I don't care how you win this game Monday.
Yeah,
all that hype, all that momentum, all that stuff comes right back. We can fix this Monday night. They just have to take care of business. Just take care of business. And all the crap, about Kirk Cousins, about his footwork, about his health, about go out and win that game, and all that crap goes away. Just go and beat Philadelphia, man.
I'll be there on Monday night to test his Achilles. Don't worry, I'll be there. I'm gonna give it a good old smack. If he's good, he's good, man. He gonna go out there and ball. Just listen to me. I'll be there.
Shout out Millie Mills in the chat. DFU, what's up with it? Millie Mills always in the chat. What did he say? AJ has to play D this week. Yeah. Gotta have
a little bit of Simmons help on that one.
All 11 men. All 11 men is gonna have to have it, man. Comment here said, I really hope Kirk has kicked the rust off. Philly can stifle the run. And as far as McGarry goes, he looked good because Smith was running the dual threat quarterback. He isn't suited to block a pop. I could agree. with the Caleb McGarry and the bad passer. We already know he's a running pass blocker anyway. He's not a pass blocker. He can run block. So,
but my thing about that though, and it's something that I said last week. A dude that size. And when we were at practice, what was the thing I told both of you? Look at how big Caleb McGarry's got. He is jacked, and he got pushed around like a rag doll, man. Like, I understand that, that maybe your strong suit, but the problem with that is this is the NFL, and it's a passing league now. This isn't 1970, 1960, 1950s. We pass the ball now. The passing is your bread and butter in the NFL, and he has got to get it figured out. And that's why we signed the guy's name escapes me, but I tell you right now, if he doesn't get it figured out against Philadelphia's defense, don't be surprised if we see his ass get gamed. And we've got the new tackle come in spot for
or him too.
Yeah,
I was thinking of Storm Norton.
Sheesh, not the new hire from the Raiders. He's got a long list of playing. He's got a long list of starts here in his career. So I mean, maybe that's why they brought him in here, is to push Caleb McGarry, to give him that extra push to see if Caleb McGarry can come back and play like he played the year that he deserved his
contract.
That he got his contract.
I got a good question. We're gonna be matched up with speed on one side of the field with the receivers. Is with Devontae Smith. Is this the time where we're gonna, where we're gonna see Clark Phillips adding his speed and with the help of Jesse Bates in the back as well?
I want to see a continuous.
Or Mike Hughes?
I want to see a continuous Mike Hughes, because Mike Hughes to me looked good week one.
Because I was about to say, I'm just I was just concerned about the speed part. I don't know exactly how fast he is.
He's good. He's been a punt returner. He's been a kickoff returner.
If Mike can do it, I do it. You know what I mean? I'm just, I was just wondering, could we possibly see Clark Phillips in some reps?
I mean, maybe, possibly.
I mean, because we did see him in the game last Sunday, but, it was just, I think it was like nickel, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Tris Daddy, man, head over to Dirty Fanatics United on YouTube if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, bro, so know when we go live. We go live at the Bins. We definitely like to meet up with you. Yeah, always a good time meeting up with Falcon fans. So shout out to you for it's just
you know what I mean? Just
viewers.
It's fun. Yeah, like I'm not even gonna say fans, but Falcon fans is what I meant by that. It's just
I thought they were freeing up cat space for a receiver or corner, but they're working out at linebacker. Unnecessary in my opinion, but I'm not the expert. ATL Georgia said real facts. If we beat Philly, the narrative changes quick.
I seen where we worked out Quan Alexander from wasn't he the ex-Bug?
This is a good comment here from Millie. So I like CP3 on Smith. I just don't trust AJ on AJ. That is a tough matchup. That's the top receiver there.
That's AJ and AJ
But
Crime.
I will say AJ Brown's not really fast, and that's where I feel like some times when Terrell loses is to these faster cornerbacks. Like if you got speed over Terrell, you're gonna beat him.
I don't know. Brown's like I don't want to toot my own horn here, but he's like a Julio style play, bro. He's got more than one switch he can turn on, and he done it against the Packers. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I mean he's good. He is good. I'm not.
He's not Julio,
of
course, but he's got that type of. He's got more than one switch when he's running.
Good thought on Clark. Hughes did look good week 1. He did, man. He shined week 1. He really stood up.
That's the thing. If Mike can do his thing, continue to do your thing, I'm not going to complain at all.
Mateo here says, I want to see quick 3 and outs. Philip, we talked about it. 3 and outs. You got to be able to stop on third downs. Offense, you got to quit putting yourself in situations where you're 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15. That's why your third down conversion rate were hot garbage. Yeah. Kenneth in the chat said, but he didn't just get pushed around by anyone. It was TJ, so I think we good. I could agree. TJ Watt being possibly your best defensive end in the NFL.
Well, yeah. He did get pushed around by TJ Watt, but the Eagles' defensive line isn't – I mean, obviously they're not TJ Watt, but they're not bad either. I mean, they're loaded with, Georgia Bulldogs that went back-to-back national champions that were known for their defense. So it's not like, obviously the drop, I don't know how much of a drop off it really is. I mean, it's significant enough that hopefully he can make up that ground. But at the same time, I think we're kind of sleeping on that Eagles D line, kind of like we did on the Steelers period. Right. And you can't do that this week. It is so huge that Caleb McGarry steps up his game, because if it starts to look anything like it did week 1, man, we have got to do something. We have absolutely got to do something.
I feel like this week I'm more concerned at, Drew Dahlman facing up against somebody like Jalen Carter. Yeah, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. Me mainly Jalen Carter because how aggressive he is.
Cody, I got to bring something up, guys, because if we all remember – I'm not playing that toot my own horn thing, but if we all remember back in the offseason, I don't think it was OTAs yet. My biggest situation last year was snaps by the center.
Yep.
Snaps by the center. I talked about Drew Dahlman and how maybe the Falcons should look for a center to push him at that position. The Falcons did it, but Drew Dahlman, a big matchup, Philip. You bring up a great freaking point there with Drew Dahlman matching up against a Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. You must contain the offensive line. You must protect Kirk Cousins. Cody's recipe to success week 1 was you must protect Kirk Cousins to get this W. The Falcons did not protect Kirk, and you did not get the W. So, Falcon fans, you've got to clean up the errors. You've got to clean up the third downs, offense and defense. If defense cleans up third downs, they're the best defense the Falcons have seen yet.
Yep.
Because they are.
And we did allow 3 or 4 third downs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin Fields got lucky on a few of them.
That's an improvement to what we usually have. You know what I mean? Every third down, 1st and 10. It's just
Well,
years past it was just a continuous. Third down, loud in the stadium. Third down, 1st and 10.
It felt like it was. And one of the other things too that we got to look forward to is, I think the reason that Dahlman kind of struggled week 1, 2 was because of how bad Caleb McGarry gets beaten. I can tell you, as a center, because that's what I played for 10 years. When you see your guy, you snap the ball, and next thing you know, your guard's already back here, and you're doing this. Going, oh shit! It's kind of one of those things. Is it disrupts your game too? And I think that's one. Again, I think a lot of this is going to hinge on, can Caleb McGarry step up, and can we keep Kirk clean? I think that's going to be like week 1 is keeping Kirk clean. Can Caleb McGarry step up? Because I have nothing against Caleb McGarry. I was pissed at him. Don't get me wrong. I was pissed, but I want to see him do well. Obviously, he's a Falcon, and if he does well, that means the team's doing well. So I want to see him do well, and I think he can step it up. But again, that offensive line is a unit, man, and you all play. Thank God for Chris Lindstrom and Jake Matthews, man, for holding down that left side, because it could have been real ugly Sunday. I mean, it was already bad, but it could have been a lot worse had they not been playing the way that they were playing. So, man, like I say, Caleb McGarry, man, just get it figured out, dude. Like, I want Caleb McGarry to be here for the next 5 years. He signed that contract. I want him to be here, but you're gonna have to do something way better than what you did against TJ.
Be his hype, man.
Yeah, and again, I'm not. I understand you played against TJ Watt. That's a tough assignment for anybody. I don't know. God knows how Jake Matthews would have done or how Chris Lindstrom would have done against TJ Watt. We don't know because it didn't happen. But when you got a guy like that, man, you've got to find that next gear. You just do.
I'm going to be honest with you. I was just bringing up TJ Watt. I feel like that was McGarry's biggest matchup in his entire career so far. I mean, it didn't go like we think. But that's the first matchup. I didn't see too much.
I don't think TJ
brings something up.
TJ
the first matchup, yeah.
I don't think TJ played, did he? I think he was hurt, wasn't he?
I think from what I read that McGarry pretty much beat TJ Watt last year in their matchup because of the way Arthur Smith's game plan for the run game.
Yeah.
I will give it to Arthur Smith. That's one thing I will give to him. He was a crappy head coach and offense coordinator here in Atlanta, but the man knows how to scheme an offensive line for runs. I'm sorry, but he does. We've seen it Sunday. That's all he is a ground and pound coach, and that I'm sorry that's outdated now, but that's maybe why he didn't succeed here in Atlanta. But shout out to Tris Daddy for the subscribe, man. If you're a Falcon fan, please follow Tris Daddy over to Dirty Fanatics United on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, man. Right there it is. DFU_ATL. All you got to really type in is Dirty Fanatics United in the search bar. You're going to see us. Click on us. Hit the subscribe button, man. It's free. We're live every Friday, every Tuesday. We come live after the games on Sunday. Me, Philip, and Cody, when he has time at the stadium, do a halftime show. We do a morning show here for the podcast. On game days, we do breakdowns, halftime reports, man. So check us out on Dirty Fanatics United at YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a like if you're watching. If you catch us after the show, leave a comment. I know a lot of viewers are on Smitty's channel right now, so head over to DFU, man. If all you guys could head over to Dirty Fanatics United and subscribe, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. The numbers would be looking nice if everybody came over and subscribed. So shout out to everybody that's here tonight. Philip, Cody, we have reached our hour mark. The wife is needing help with the kids, guys, so we're going to have to get ready to wrap this show up. Philip, Cody, shout outs for tonight, and then obviously I'll give our shout outs before we head out.
I'll go first. Why not? My first shout out is always going to be my God, man. Got me through this long work week, and we still got one more day to go till we're over for the week. All right. And it starts all over Tuesday. But shout out to him. Always blessed to be here. Shout out to the team. I hope we come out Monday night and prove why we had all the hype that we had. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear anybody say we were overrated or listen to all these other NFC rival fans say, oh, we were overhyped, this and that and the other. Let's shut them up. Let's do it now. Let's go out and take this tough team and do it like how we, do it a Dirty Bird traditional style. It's bird on bird crime this week. We're going to battle our cousins over there in Philadelphia. So shout out to the Dirty Birds, man. Let's get this dub.
Those dirty, stanky cousins in Philly, man.
Shout out to y'all too.
The wild side of the family.
Yeah, they're equivalent to the Alabama. They just out there. But shout out y'all too for being here, man. It's always a blessing to be here. So chatting it up with y'all. Shout out to the dogs. Come tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
We hope we get that dub. We're gonna bark on. Kentucky, you don't stand a chance. God bless.
Oh man, Brock Vandergriff is gonna regret that.
But really, I don't have much to say tonight, but other than shots of cool weather too, man. It's such a blessing outside that it feels the way it does.
It ain't 80 or 98 degrees no more.
100,
Cody,
101, but y'all know what to do. Rise up, baby.
Appreciate you coming through tonight, brother, for the podcast. Glad to have you on the channel. Cody, shout outs for tonight, dog.
Yeah, big shout out to Smitty for putting us out on his platform, man. It was great to see all of his viewers here. So shout out to you guys for coming on and checking us out. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Keep we put out Falcon content, man. We bring in players. We're bringing Falcon know-how too, man. With John Fricky, hopefully Mud Duck. Hopefully I've got a big announcement after the 30th. We're gonna see. I'm gonna push my luck on the 30th. Oh, dude, I was saying, if I can get this one nailed down, y'all are gonna be happy. We're all gonna be excited.
I'm just gonna take a little. It's a guest.
Oh, it's a guest.
Oh,
I was say,
I know who you're talking about, Cody.
Yes, sir. I was say, we definitely got Mike Johnson, ready to go too again, man. So, so shout out you guys for coming on, checking us out. Come like, subscribe, man. We're putting out Falcon content for Falcon fans, man. There's nothing better than having, I think that's one thing I've enjoyed so much about being on this podcast is that, yes, when we lose, we can be, especially me. I know we can, be loud and we can be, upset and stuff like that, but we keep it positive here too. It's nice to see, it's a good change of pace from Falcon fans. That's why I love our group, man. That we can be upset with our birds, but we still love our birds at the same time. And it's just a great thing. But so shout out to you guys, for doing this on Friday, man. I can't believe it's already Friday. I cannot wait for Monday Night Football. Shout out to the Falcons. Caleb McGarry, man, I'm rooting for you. Even as pissed off as I was at you week one, I'm rooting for you, dude. Go kick some former Georgia Bulldog ass. That's coming from a Georgia Bulldog fan. But go kick some ass, dude. I want it. I need it. So shout out to you guys again, the viewers, the Falcons. Always rise up, fellas.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Glad to have everybody here from Smitty Channel, as Cody said. Shout out everybody that tuned in tonight. Let the comment to keep the channel rolling tonight, man. Y'all don't understand. Without the fans, there is no podcast. So shout out to all the Falcon fans that's showing support. Shout out to John Higgins for the comment here. Yes, sir. Great content. Well, if you want that daily content, John, head over to Dirty Fanatics United, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so when our content drops, man. We drop daily. If it's not daily, it's weekly content here about the Atlanta Falcons, whether that's a real what else, Philip? We do vlogs. We do daily vlogs sometimes on the channel.
When we do certain trips, we do vlogs. We do certain videos. When there's good moments, we make highlights of. And we make constant graphic art. In the back, for instance, like the background. We do certain things like that to show, just appreciation and love, man. You know what I mean? It's just something we love to do, and we're gonna put it out to y'all.
Check us out, man. You ain't got no reason not to. John Higgins said, okay, got it. 100. Shout out to John Higgins. Mateo in the chat said, God is good. Go Always. Falcons. Yes, sir, man. Once again, we're going to get up out of here. Got things to do. But shout out to all the Falcon fans that tune in tonight. If you're tuning in after the live, leave a comment. Let us know where you're tuning in tonight. Hit the subscribe button, man. As always, you're listening to Dirty Fanatics United, your Atlanta Falcon content podcast. It's your boy Chase, Philip, and Cody from Dirty Fanatics United, man. We up out of here. A-Town down. Rise up. Oh.